Tony D and Little Joan, and I got to get my videos done early today, so I thought I'd do a screenwriter's tips on movies about selling your soul to the devil. I know it's hard to pick new genres because I keep picking a genre and doing the video, and then that's it, and it eliminates a lot of it. But this is one. Yeah, I think this is a subgenre. Smash a like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking, seriously, and subscribing. Seriously, if you've been unsubscribed, check. Because YouTube, I think, is doing that this week. For some reason, I've lost record number of viewers just this week for some odd reason. I'm not sure why. Might be some YouTube purge going on. Anyhow, so you're doing a screenplay about someone selling their soul to the devil. Okay? And this is Ranker, and these are the top movies. So we could just... They're not great movies. I mean, some of them are. You might consider that. I mean, The Devil's Advocate at least has Al Pacino as the devil. It's more of a sort of an opening for actors to play. Oh, I get to play the devil? Yeah, sign me up. Here's Sleepy Hollow. That's one. Bedazzled is a classic. Comedies are often part of it. Elizabeth Hurley as the devil. The Witch. Oh, I saw this. This is a good movie. It's good. Angel Heart. I didn't think this was a good movie, but Robert De Niro gets to play the devil. Dracula Untold. I didn't see that. Spawn. I did see that. It's not great. It's not really the classic devil. Hunk. I don't remember that. American Satan. Ghost Rider. I mean, that's a top 10. You got Tenacious D, another comedy. Rosemary's Baby. How is that down at 12 and those other movies are ahead of it? You give that a little vote there. End of Days. I did see that with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Not great. Constantine's pretty good. I would give that another vote, too. Vox Lux. Don't know that one. Extraordinary. Robert Englund. Oh, no. Phantom of the Opera. Motion Picture. Day of the Beast. Crossroads. And the original Bedazzled. So, ooh, who is that? Who's the girl in that? Peter Cook, Dudley Moore, and who is the woman in that? Oh, Raquel Welch. That is Raquel Welch. Man. Oh, that's back when she was a smoke show. Okay. All right. So, yeah. So here's what you do. First, you're gonna have to pick your sort of subgenre, right? So are you doing a comedy? I think it works probably best as a comedy. So let's start with that. As a comedy, what it's going to be lighter, and a lot of these movies are lighter. So you have a character who in the first act is having tons of problems, and then is tempted by the devil, who's usually or accidentally sells their soul in some way. Then they sell their soul, and they get a lot of positivity from that at first, but then there's a dark side to it, and they realize what they've done, and now they're trying to get out of it, right? And the devil is usually some big name actor who's going to chew up the scenery, and then the hilarious conclusion is somehow the main character gets out of the contract and tricks the devil, and then the devil's like, ah! So that's a comedy version. The non-comedy version, I think, is tougher to pull off. It's people aren't as religious as they once were, so selling their soul doesn't really resonate with them as much. But I think you can pull it off. I mean, The Witch certainly does, although you don't really see people selling their soul in it. And it ends very dark. It's a very dark ending. It's all very implied. Whereas The Devil's Advocate, it's all big and boisterous. Look how young Keanu Reeves looks in that shot. It was the 90s, I think. So, yeah, with a serious drama, you have to, again, you set up the character. He has a lot of problems. He wants a lot of things. He's frustrated. And then the devil comes along and offers a solution. You sell your soul, you get all this stuff. And again, at first it's great, but then eventually the dark side comes in, and then the character realizes he's made a mistake, and then he tries to get out of it. But in the horror movie, he usually doesn't. It usually ends quite gruesomely and dark, or there's an ironic twist. I think these for horror work best for Twilight Zone episodes. Those work great. If you've ever seen the one, the criminal dies and he wakes up and he has money, he has a limo and a girl and a bodyguard, and he goes to the casino, and then he just starts winning, and everything he wins. And eventually he realizes that he's in hell because none of the games will ever be fun. He'll always win. No matter what he does, he can't lose. And takes all the fun out of it, and he realizes he's actually in hell. That's not really selling your soul kind of thing, but sort of is, sort of in a backwards way. I feel like these movies work better as short movies than they do feature lengths, because really for a horror movie, you're really kind of delaying the inevitable in a horror movie. One way you might make it work would be to, say, give the character an opportunity to get out of the contract in some way, but their own greed causes them to not do that. You know, whatever pushed them into signing the contract in the first place makes them miss that opportunity, and then they go to hell. Or, you know, a big twist is you're already in hell. You've been in hell this whole time. You died, you know, at the beginning of the movie, and then you're actually in hell. So, you know, that's like that's one of the darkest endings you can come up with, right? I mean, going to hell forever is pretty dark. It's pretty dark. That's why I think it works a little better as a comedy. The problem with a comedy is it's not necessarily the dark thing for audiences, because they're not very religious, and some of them, you know, they're just going to dismiss it out of hand. However, I still think it does resonate with enough of an audience that you could do, you know, a comedy movie about a guy who accidentally sells his soul or whatever. The most recent one was it's called Dear Santa, where a kid accidentally, he's writing Santa, but he spells it Satan, and then Jack Black, who plays Satan, shows up and becomes friends with the kid and becomes like his sidekick. It's a weird concept. One of the Farley brothers, I think, directed it. So I'm not... At first, I kind of dismissed it when I looked at the trailer. But then I think I looked afterwards and saw one of the Farley brothers on it, and I was like, oh, well, maybe it'd be okay. I don't know. Even that seems like a concept that wouldn't last 90 minutes. You'd have to make that a tight 90, as all comedies should be. But yeah, and then after that, I mean, you could do a drama. A drama would be, you know, somebody sells their soul, you know, not necessarily a horror. They sell their soul, and then at the end, you know, they go to hell, and, you know, maybe the drama is they sell their soul, but then they find their true love, and can they beat the devil and find true love? That could work, you know, that kind of thing. And then the end of the movie could be they either trick the devil, and then it's a happy ending, or they realize that the only way to save the woman they love is to, you know, go to hell, and that's it. You know, and it's about a big sacrifice, let's say. Or maybe they die at the end, and they don't go to hell, but they end up in heaven because of the woman's sacrifice, let's say. Yeah, Rosemary's Baby, I don't remember how the devil works out in that. Did somebody make a deal? I think somebody made a deal with the devil in that one, too. But the devil is... I like to use hell and the devil and devils in the Pineys, of course. So, but I don't think I've had a character sell their soul. I had a character risk their soul in one story in book 10, Lee the bartender meets the devil um, in the bar, in the lodge, and there is that's my Sammy Buck, the Fiddler of the Pine story, and Sammy Buck's original story is very similar to The Devil Went Down to Georgia, if you've ever heard that song. So this does have sort of a classic feel around the whole thing, you know. So I wouldn't discount it, but just understand what you're operating with. And of course, you should probably see a couple of these movies. I would probably say, yeah, you'd want to see some of the top. I would definitely see The Witch, regardless. Such a good film. Give that an upvote. None of my votes work. I think I have to log in. Sleepy Hollow. Does that have the devil in it? I don't remember that. But that's a good movie, too. But, I mean, The Devil's Advocate is definitely the devil in that one, and Bedazzled as well. Although the original one's probably funnier. Angel Heart, I don't know if I'd recommend that. I saw it. I didn't think it was great. But it was a long time ago. Spawn is kind of meh. A lot of these, yeah, Tenacious D. I don't know. So not a lot of great ones in that pack. A few. So, yeah, if you're going to make this screenplay, just understand, on the one hand, it may not resonate, but on the other hand, I think there's room for a really great Sell Your Soul to the Devil movie. I don't think it's really been achieved. There's not a lot of competition there. So you might be breaking new territory. Anyhow, that's my screenwriting tips for today, Joan. Thanks for tuning in. Again, I'll be at the Jersey Shore Collectors Con tomorrow, that's Saturday, from 10 to 6 at the Showboat, I think it's called Hotel now. It was a casino in Atlantic City from 10 to 6. Then at 8 o'clock, I'll be doing the live stream here, where we do it live on Saturday, just this week because of Easter. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow.